Right, Mustang fans and surrounding areas, welcome to Podcast Monday. It's Ingleside podcast where we talk about our sports, our athletic program there in Ingleside. We have a few scheduled today. We've already gone through two. We've talked about our soccer girls and our basketball girls, and now this will be the third one of the evening, and we're going to be talking Ingleside Mustangs basketball, boys basketball. And on the screen, I have the head coach here for the Mustangs, Mr. Mark Spencer. Coach, how you doing?
Good. Staying warm.
Yes, sir. It was cold out there today, and tomorrow's going to be worse. So we'll see if how things are early in the morning. And if it's too bad, maybe we won't go to work. But if I get the call, I got to go. I got to go. But it was definitely cold. Glad I'm sitting here talking to you, watching the football game as well. And it's warm in here. So glad to be here. But I want to thank you for coming out. Of course, Coach comes out every Monday when he can to talk about his program. And we're adding more Mustang fans. We're adding more podcasts. We got basketball and soccer. We're looking to get the powerlifting, the softball, and the baseball up also next week. So might have six or seven, one after another. The time slots are about 30 minutes or so. So if they all come on, we might just go and stay live on all of them if the schedule stays the same one, and then we'll go to the next. So we'll see how next week plays out. But I definitely excited to have these coaches come on, talk about their program, and recognize their players. So, Coach, I'm glad you're doing okay, and let's just jump right into it. I told Coach I wasn't going to keep them very long, and I just have a few questions for that, Coach. And I want to start off by recapping the last game that we played. We are 1-1, and correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, here in district. Took a loss to Sinton. I was looking forward. I like the players to beat Sinton, but maybe we can get them on the next go around. That is a good basketball team, very talented out on that end over in Sinton. But Coach, talk to us a little bit about the game. What did you see from the Mustangs? What was Sinton able to do to get the win over the Mustangs?
Well, they're a big team. They're very athletic. They're very physical, and they're a heavy senior laden team. And when you're 6'3" athlete and 6'2" ish athlete and a 6'6" athlete, and just senior bodies and senior athleticism, it tended to bother us. Coach Omar does such a great job, and so we didn't shoot well. Our we've shot games like with Cal Allen or TM where we shot over 50% from three and over 40% from three, and I think we shot 12% the other night. It's one of those games where you don't shoot well, and they had a lot to do with it. Omar does, like I said, Omar does a great job, and they're athletic, yeah, but we had our opportunities. We just didn't capitalize on them.
Yeah, and I know they're very athletic. They're big on the boards too. It was a team that went. I don't know how deep they went last year, but they were bringing a lot of those players back. So it's a tough team. Coach, the interesting thing here that makes it very interesting is that Sinton beat Rockport, right? Beeville beat Sinton, and Rockport beat Beeville. And we talked about the way this was going to go, where I said this is a good district to watch because any team, I didn't think there was going to be a team looking at the teams and what the players and what they had, that one team was just going to go undefeated and beat the other teams
Yeah.
twice. And already early on, we're seeing where teams are beating. I'm just scratching my head like, wait a minute. So Beeville beat Sinton. I said, wow, Beeville got to be good. Then talked to Coach Thompson, and Rockport goes into Beeville, and I'm telling you, man, it's one of those where you got to come out and play your game. So this is a very good district right now. It's still all up in the air early on in the district, but I'm telling you, it's been really good thus far, and it's only going to continue to get better. So hopefully, people come out and support our Mustangs. Our next game was scheduled for tomorrow, but with the schools closing due to the weather, the game, I believe, has been rescheduled, Coach, I believe, for Wednesday. Is that correct?
You're right, Winston.
Wednesday, and that game will be at I think 6:15 or so. The boys will play against Rockport. Coach, keys to the Mustangs win, or what would you like to see from them? It's another big district,
Well,
Rockport.
I want to add something. You're talking about the district and people beating each other. And I don't know if you noticed this yet, but of the 6 district games that have been played, only one home team has won.
Yes.
Beeville beat Port Lavaca at Beeville. But Sinton beat Rockport. Rockport beat us at home. We beat Port at home. Beeville beat Sinton at Sinton. Rockport beat Beeville at Beeville. So when you talk about teams being really close, usually you can say, well, home court advantage is an issue, but and this year everyone's so close. It's just who comes out hot that night. So
It is, and we have a podcast with some of the boys. We do Rockport and Tuloso Midway too, and the boys told me the boys in Rockport that we like to play out of town for some reason, and it just seems that way, right? I guess I don't know if it's the pressure of playing at home, but you're right. It's been a lot of road victories, again, it's just going to be very interesting. If you love basketball, obviously you want your team to win. I'm telling you, these teams at any given day, I mean, you can see Ingleside and the percentages of 3-point shooters, because we know we got some 3-point shooters. They could go off on one night
yeah,
and beat anybody. You got the size and the physicality of Sinton. And so you've already seen, I don't know if you would call it upsets. I don't call them upsets because I
no,
think looking at them, these teams are very, very close. It's just who's having the great night and who's going to make the big plays to win. So again, everything's still up in the air as we continue with the first round of district. When you get an opportunity, please come on out. And again, the Ingleside will be playing on Wednesday, 6:15 at home against Rockport-Fulton, coach. So again, the keys, what do you want to see from your team against Rockport-Fulton?
well, they do a good job with their pressure. Um, they've got some very talented players, very quick, athletic players. We're going to have to come out and handle pressure. We're going to have to come out and finish in our transitions against their pressure. And then we need to apply some pressure of our own. We're pretty athletic, and I thought we didn't get enough of that against in the Sinton game, and then we got to finish stuff inside. That Port Lavaca game last week, we had 15 offensive rebounds in the second quarter, 15 in just in one quarter, and we didn't make any of those putbacks. And that's just look, it's great you're getting 15 offensive rebounds, but you're getting them because you're missing shots. And so we need to finish. We need to finish inside. We need to knock down a few shots on the outside, and then we need to play great defense.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of rebounding, you're right, and not being able to put it back. I just, I think I was really shocked. I think I was telling you, I was just shocked at the score. I really didn't see that coming. I thought that we'd play better, but I think, like you said, it's just shooting. I mean, sometimes you just, and basketball is one of those games, coach, because I played it, where there were nights I couldn't miss. I just couldn't miss.
Yeah,
I didn't even have to look at I was just, it was a feeling. I felt good. And you gave me a little opening and I was just hitting. And then the next game I played, I just couldn't hit nothing. I just couldn't explain it. It was frustrating. And so that's basketball. Sometimes you're just on and sometimes you're off. And when you're off, you got to try to grind those games out. And so we couldn't do it, but we'll have another shot at
yeah.
St. And we'll see how the second round
You
goes.
said something, like the score, but last year sitting at our place, sitting beat us by 30. We ended up second in district.
I know.
So it's we don't worry about things like that. You have a good game, you have a bad game, you whatever. That doesn't carry over. If you win by 20, you don't get 20 the next night. If you lose by 20, you don't take away 20. So it's just we washed that out. We flushed that. We had a great practice today. It was MLK Day. We talked about kids coming up and bringing. I challenged them on Friday night to bring up. We're going to bring Dr. Martin Luther King in. We're going to make sure we have quotes ready for today. And so the kids came in. We were fired up. Had a pretty good practice. Got after it, and of course school got canceled. So we're gonna have to wait until Wednesday. But we're excited. It's night in and night out. You can't take a night off in this district. So see what happens.
I'm glad you said that because that's what it is. Coaches, you got to watch the game. It's over. It's done with the next opponent up, and you don't really have time to kind of, pat or sit there and what ifs and if we did this, it's over. You got another district game to play, an important district game to play, a team you got to beat. So it's up to the next one, and I think we'll be up to the challenge on Wednesday. And we'd invite all of the Mustang fans to come out to the gym on Wednesday, not Tuesday, but Wednesday because of the weather and the closing of the school. Wednesday, we have two games. The Lady Mustangs will play Rockport at about 5 o'clock. So if we can get out there early and cheer them on, that'd be great. And then stick around for the second game, which is our Mustang boys taking on Rockport. That should be a good one. Two good teams will be going at it. We definitely love to see the gym packed and loud. Could
We
make it.
have always had, since I've been there the last 4 years, us and Rockport have been, just battles. Was it 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago? Two
Oh,
years ago, we had the triple overtime game at Rockport. I mean, we've had battle back and forth. We win there, they win here. We win here, they win there. It's going to be a battle. Kids really enjoy it. They all know each other. They've been playing against each other since they were in junior high, and so should be a fun atmosphere.
it'd be fun. Definitely come on out, Coach. Let's talk about the other levels. Our JV, or I think it's our freshman or JV. What are they doing? What updates can you give us on those
Well,
teams?
we lost the first district game up at Port Lavaca. That's just a tough, and that's a. I don't know if you've ever been to their back gym. It's a rubber floor and it's cold and there's no heaters and it was, I think, a 1 point game going to the fourth, and we just didn't rebound well, and they got the win on us. But then we came out and play Sinton, and I wasn't sure if I was watching a basketball game or a baseball game because I think it was like 6-2 or something in the first quarter, and we were down at halftime, but they battled back, started making again make shots, started making shots that they missed in the first half, and they came back and win that game. So there were, I think, 12 guys suited up for that game, and 8 of them are freshmen playing JV. So they're having to learn a lot. The speed of the game's a little bit quicker, but they're doing a great job.
Awesome. Glad to hear that they won that game. And again, Coach, on going back to Wednesday, so there is no JV, right? It's just varsity. It's just the girls and the boys, correct?
Right, we're concerned about the weather dipping. If we go on to 8 o'clock, we can see what the weatherman says and all, but those bridges and the overpasses going back to Rockport. We just want to make sure everybody's safe, and even and fans and kids traveling home. So play 5 and 6:15. We'll be done by 8 o'clock. So if we play at 8, like the other night at Port Lavaca, we didn't get back to midnight because the games went long. And so I just don't. I want to make sure everyone's safe. That's the number one priority. Games are games, and it's fun and all that, but we'll make sure everyone stays safe.
The safety is the number one
Yep.
priority. Absolutely, Coach. Coach, I'd like to have you talk about one of your players. First, I want to thank you and your coaches for sending me the stats. I write them down. I keep track of them. A lot of that is for next year. When some of these players come back, I can kind of know what they're doing year by year. So thank you for sending them, emailing them to me, texting them to me, so I can have them. But looking at those stats, Coach, Dylan Reid is one player that stands out to me consistently. It seems like he's on. He's doing his thing. Seems like he's a hard kid to guard. Seems like he gets his points one way or the other in every game, at least what I've seen. Talk to him. Talk to us a little bit about him. Type of athlete he is, type of basketball player, and anything else. You do anything in the community? What type of student is he?
Well, as far as the stats go, I think Coach Barron. Coach
Okay.
Barron's the one who gets all those emails every single night. He sends those out to you. So shout out to Coach Barron. Great job. Dylan's such a quiet kid. He's not unlike my dog here. He keeps crying. He 6'5" athlete. He can hit it from the outside. He can hit the pull up jumper. He's got. I think he's shooting over 60% inside the paint. He can get it in a myriad of different ways. The other night he was 8 for 10 from the free throw line against Sinton. So I mean, if you foul him and try and stop him from shooting, he'll go to the free throw line and knock it down. If you don't foul him, he's going to knock it down inside. But as much as Dylan does and scores, and a lot of that is his teammates getting him the ball too. So shout out to our kids and making sure we understand, and we tell them, you're the guy. You're our leading scorer. He's averaging almost 15 a game. He's just right at 9 rebounds a game. I mean, almost averaging a double double. He's also a baseball kid, and he and I talk baseball all the time. He's a big baseball junkie, and just a great kid in class. He's just so quiet and so well mannered. Sometimes we try to figure out what we got to do to light fire under him because he's just very even keel. But what a great kid! What a great young man.
Yeah, obviously, looking at the stats, I see him. He's always involved in the game, and I thought to myself, man, he's usually up there in points, and this is consistently his name's up there. And so I'm like, definitely want to get an opportunity to have Coach talk a little bit about him. So that was Dylan Reid, our basketball player there, about 6'5". He says 6'6",
Yep, 6'5".
6'5". She's a big kid. So when you get an opportunity, definitely go on out there, support our basketball team, and definitely watch 6 foot guy do his thing. Like Coach says, if you foul him, he's going to hit the free throw. You can shoot from the outside, and he can definitely dominate from the inside. It's just one kid of many talents that Coach Spencer has on his team. Coach, before we go and I give you the final word, like I say, we didn't have a lot. I do want to let you know that we do plan on going out there and streaming some games for you. I talked to Coach a little. I'm gonna email Coach Chrisman. So we'd like to go out there and some games. It'll be a home game, but put it up on the MPND Sports Network. Usually that would be on our YouTube. When we take our equipment, we go out and we do it on our YouTube channel. We definitely do send a link out to the MPND Sports Network, our Facebook page. Click that link and it'll take you to the game. But it's on our YouTube. But I've never been really, well, I have been inside the gym, but really never looked to see where we could set up. We'd like to put a camera our camera in an area where we can catch the whole uh, court. But we commentate. We have a tech guy. We have a scoreboard where we keep the clock and everything running. But we just don't know where we can. We would need an outlet because we got some mixers and stuff that we got to plug in our camera. Not sure if you know where a spot is inside that gym where.
Yeah, we'll have room.
Well, I'm
That's
sorry.
no problem. Yeah, we'll have room. There's not a problem. They can sit in the middle in the middle of the top of the stands. Should be easy.
Okay. I'll let you know when we get out there. And we like to get there a little early. And if it's the boys and girls, we definitely would like to stream both of them while we're there.
Right.
Whatever
Yeah.
that is, we'll get the girls and then we'll get the boys. Definitely be looking into that. But we're looking to go out there. It took me a while. I thought I'd get the equipment by football season, but I did not. But it's there now, so we're able to go out there and stream more games. And like I said, we're looking for to build our team with tech guys and commentators. So if you're interested, definitely email gt sports6464@hotmail.com or message me on Messenger MPND Sports Network. Definitely like to build a team so we can bring more live streams to the community and surrounding areas. Coach, thank you very much. Good luck on Wednesday. You get to stay home tomorrow. That's
Yep.
great. You don't have to be out there in the cold, so that's a plus for you. I'm not so sure I'll be so lucky, but good luck on Wednesday against Rockport-Fulton. It's a big district game. We definitely need that win. So definitely get an opportunity to go on out there, support the Mustangs and Lady Mustangs. Again, the Lady Mustangs at 5 o'clock on Wednesday. The boys around 6:15, 6:30. Stick around and watch 2 good games. It's going to be exciting. Coach, I'll give you the final thought, man. Anything you want to add before we let you go?
We just these kids are doing such a great job, and I'm very proud and I'm very happy to be their coach. I look forward to see this the development go. Remember, we got young guys. I have 2 freshmen. They're playing a lot of minutes on a varsity level, and they're learning every single day. And it's fun to be around these guys. They crack me up constantly. They're good kids, and coming out and watching them play and watching them give everything they have, it's a fun time. So come on out, support. Uh, it be entertained because I mean that's what this is about. It's about fun. It's about playing the game, and whatever happens at the end happens at the end. But just a great job with these kids, and I'm very happy with them.
Absolutely, coach. And that's why we do the podcast. And we want to connect the podcast. The podcast is kind of like the coaches interview, coaches podcast, right? I'll call that the coaches podcast. So coaches come in after a long day. They come out and spend a little bit of time with us to talk about their program. Sometimes they bring in players. So we have the coaches podcast. And with that, we include some players that'll come out, the coaches pick, we get to recognize and introduce them to the community if you don't know them. And now we're adding the live stream to the podcast. So we're trying to get the whole package together. Okay, I know who this kid is. I saw the podcast. He was there. Now I'm watching him, on the court. If that's actually going to the game or supporting them through the live stream. But we're trying to put the whole package there. All of this is to get the community involved. We got to keep the hype going. Football, basketball, soccer, powerlifting, baseball, softball, track, whatever other sport, it's to get involved. And that's why we work so hard to put this together. So we love for you guys to support the podcast. You can do that by sharing it, getting more eyes on it, liking it. We put some polls up there. Ingleside does a very good job of getting the polls out there. We get 25, 30. Hopefully we'll continue to pick that up. Just voting for your team. Players and coaches see that. They see the amount of people that are voting and cheering them on. So it's stuff like that. When you see it on social media, get involved, like, share it so we can get more eyes on it. Coach Spencer, thank you very much again. Good luck on Wednesday, and we'll be down there in Ingleside soon to live stream one of your games.
All right, well, y'all take care. Be safe.
Coach, you too.
Bye bye.